Welcome to The Informant, the podcast that talks about anything and everything. We cover from sports, religion, politics, social, you name it. I'm your host as ever, Doc McLeod. So without any further ado, let's delve right into it. Good people. I hope I find you well. Magadi kwa murimese. Right. Hey. But kuziva kunonakidza. Ndokuda kutaurira zvangu. But anyway, let's push what's on the menu. Right. I'm on my last days before going back kumachando zvakare. I want to talk about the issue of Prophet Walter Magaya. Issue of Prophet Walter Magaya seem to be confusing a lot of people. Sorry, at times I take long before I post, but I would have known things about 24 hours earlier, because I'll be doing something else. But nevertheless, let me update you what's happening. The issue that got Prophet Walter Magaya arrested is one. But then the other charges that's being brought up, which have come through, like you see the platforms like Crime Watch Zimbabwe and all that stuff, requesting people to come in and report every case or incident that they might have suffered from the person of Prophet Walter Magaya. He was given bail. He was granted bail, like what we correctly reported yesterday. He was granted bail. Having been granted bail, it needs to be paid, and you've got a time to pay. Usually, you pay by 5 p.m. So he was supposed to have paid the granted bail by 5 p.m. but didn't manage to. When you heard people saying that they have seen him being transported from whatever to whatever, and people didn't know the reason why, it was at that point where he was supposed to pay the bail and come out. But unfortunately, this is how the law works in any country, anywhere. If you are arrested for one case, and at point of release, because most of the time you are noted where you are, at point of release, if there's any other case outstanding, police have got the right to arrest you at release. The minute the gates open, you are arrested straight away. You are put in handcuffs and you are arrested for a totally different offense. So basically, realizing that and being advised by his own solicitors, he saw that he's playing a dead rubber here. Henceforth, he then, after being advised, refused to pay the bail and thought it is best for him to remain inside. Because he wasn't going to be coming out, because some people had gone on to report. There's quite a number of cases that's out there, but nevertheless, knowing if he had come out, that very same minute he was going to be arrested, it made no difference. So he opted to remain in. We don't know how many cases are open against him. We still continue to pray that he be vindicated. I'm not having anything against the victims, because what I've realized in ministry most of the time, whenever somebody reports about something, as much as you stand with your own person, your own man of God, or your own, what happens at the end of the day is that very same person might have injured some people in the process. And the injured persons might fight things against you. They will see you, number one, as somebody who's betraying the people, number one. Number two, somebody who's betraying the trust, and somebody who seems to be celebrating about the victory of the person they will be referring to as the perpetrator. So in this case, pertaining Prophet Walter Magaya, we are just in full support of him as a person. You know, every person needs support. Trust me and hear me clearly. Every person needs support. Let's say there's victims that have been, let's say there's people that have been his victims. Those people, they also need support. Him being the perpetrator or accused person, he still also needs support. So it works both ways. So he decided to go back. Right now he's in. And then technically from what I have been told, which I didn't know personally, what I used to know is when a person is arrested and you've got other outstanding cases, panovhurwa gedre kumashure paya paya uchinzi waakubuditswa at your release point, police will be waiting for you, and straight away they put handcuffs on you because they will be having a new case against you. Straight away you are taken back into the stocks, or into, not prison per se, or into the remand. That's what I know. But now I've learned something as well through speaking with many people who understand law, because it's not my line of specialty. So I've been told that even though he refused to pay for the bail and opted to stay in, they can still place the charges and place the charges against him while he is still in prison. And what will happen is he will have to be taken from prison to the courts for his cases to be activated. But then this is what will happen. If that does happen, or if that is allowed to happen, or if such processes are activated and he is taken to the courts again to face up to the new charges or different charges, it will allow him, let's say he's charged on all cases, it will allow him to have all his cases to run concurrently. I don't know if you're understanding that. It means to say, let's say one case he has been given 10 years. The other case he has been given 7 years. The other case he has been given 15 years. All those cases will be allowed to run concurrently. Meaning to say they will all finish up early, or they will all be saved within the most minimal time there ever is. So this is just me concluding. Knowing that he has got a case that's outstanding, and there's some cases that have been brought up, I want to believe he's thinking, why can't you just bring everything on? And then I face up to everything, and then all charges, if I am charged, all charges be what? Be presented. If he's to plead guilty or innocent, assuming, let's say he pleads guilty, then the sentencing be done independently on every case, and then they be allowed to run concurrently. I think that's one thing that I'm thinking he might opt to do. Else, he is not guilty until proven. Yeah. So as of now, he's just charged, but is not guilty. So we are not saying he did anything wrong. In that event, he's just waiting for the other cases to be brought before the courts. If they be brought before the court, he will go and plead his innocence. So as of now, we continue very much to pray for him, because we don't wish anyone to be in his position. I also even feel that if there be victims out there, I also pray that you find justice, and you find it in your hearts, that you get the healing that you deserve. Above all, please seek for counseling so that you don't continue to be haunted. That is, if there are victims out there. Because at the end of the day also, let's say there's victims, he can still fight through his lawyers and still plead and still come out innocent. It does not mean to say it squashes the fact that there were victims out there. So we still continue to pray for the victims, that they find healing in their hearts. At the very same time, we also pray for Prophet Walter Magaya, that he be vindicated, because what we pray for is peace to reign amongst everyone. Whatever I say is in support of Prophet Walter Magaya will be a pain in the back to the people that are victims. And whatever I pray for, whatever happens to Prophet Magaya, let's say he is acquitted of the thing, or let's say he's found guilty of the cases, the victims obviously will celebrate, but still that does not help to heal them totally, because some, from what I'm hearing, they are looking for compensation. Others are looking just to see him being punished, because they feel like they've been dragged through a lot, and they have suffered a lot through the hands of the man of God. It's a very unjustifiable situation where you are forced not to take sides, but just pray for peace to reign between the two parties. So when you said Prophet Walter Magaya was released, we were 100% correct. What we expected was we were just thinking he was just going to pay the bail and come out. So most of the time after that, we all walk away, because we would have known that justice has been delivered. But him being advised by his solicitors that there are still some outstanding cases, he opted to go back in prison and not pay the bail. So we wait to see what goes on, whether these other cases are going to be brought before the courts, while this is being taken from the prison right into the courts to plead guilty or innocent pertaining to the other outstanding cases. My final conclusion is, I am thinking at this point in time, he is waiting for everything to be brought forward, then he just deals with everything at once, so that once he is a free man, he is free, and free indeed. Keep watch. We'll be updating you pertaining things that's happening. Have a lovely day. bye for now.